Hey, what's up everyone? It's Darkpool Algo. Thanks for joining me on another in our tutorial series. Today we're going to be looking at the TradyTics AI bot for Discord. If you're in the Discord, you have access to this bot. I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to understand how to use it. And what really sets the TradyTics Algo apart from all of the other ones that are out there is that it really tracks options flow data, and very specific to options flow. It's not just an options bot. There's a million of them out there. This one has a lot more custom commands built into it. You have the ability to go through and check not only options flow, but as well as Darkpool, crypto, and even do stock research. So after this short intro, we're going to get right into it. And all I ask is hit the like button, subscribe, and if it's your first time here, make sure you go ahead and hit the thumbs up button so that you can get notified anytime we put out new content. And especially if you're a new trader, we put out a lot of good content every single day. And join me every morning, Monday through Friday at 7:30 Eastern time, as I do a live stream going over the day's top stocks. So what you see in front of you, this is the Darkpool Charts Discord. Created this essentially as a place for me to test bot creation, as well as it's a personal journal, really. I use it to keep track of any trades I'm doing. It's not dependent or specific to flow trade or anything like that. If you are part of the Ecofin group, then you should recognize some of the names in there. There's some people in there that are active in trading and providing, community. That's the whole purpose, is to provide a community of like-minded individuals who are interested in trading. We do a lot of education, we do a lot of information, and it's just an overall great place to be. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments section below and we'll get you there. So once you're in, this is the TradyTics bot. There's a query bot, which is what I'm going to show you how to give it specific commands to track options flow, Darkpool commands, stock, crypto, even some price alerts, right? You can set price alerts to be notified if your target gets met or if it's crossed to it. It's just another alert. It's another really good alert system. Also, there's some bots that are data driven, meaning that if there's a crypto breakout that happens, we'll get excuse me, it's an auto bot that basically gives us an alert. Excuse me, there's a tickle in my throat. Gives us an alert of the breakout, right? Darkpool bot obviously will showcase any Darkpool trades that come through. For example, there was one that came in on LPI and Darkpool print. $69, 22,000 shares, or $1.58 million worth of buy sell orders that came in at, when did it come in? It came in after the close, and it just came in 15-20 minutes ago. So it even tracks Darkpool data after the close, which is really nice to know. There's sweeps, flow, breakouts. Take a few minutes to get familiar with each of those. I may take a moment and deep dive into an additional video on each one, but for the purposes of this video, let's get into the query commands that you can ask the bot at any time. Okay, 1 second. All right, so bear with me. My voice is a little jacked up from talking all day. I've been trying to get some videos knocked out, and we're going to get into it. So to access a query bot, the first thing you do is you type in the TR dash. The TR dash stands for, hey, TradyTics robot. Easy way to remember it. TradyTics robot, go out and do this command. So if I'm interested in seeing, I'm going to use Apple specifically for this demonstration. If I'm interested in seeing the largest 10 options flow orders for today for Apple, the command is TR big flow Apple. And what it does is it's a nice way to see what's going on with Apple strikes, right? At the end of the day, at 11:43, sweep to the ask. Above the ask for the call strike came in the 200 strike. 200 call strike above the ask as a sweep came in with $8.76 million in premiums for the March 18th expiration. So smart money's thinking that Apple's going to hit 200 by March 18th. Now, if I wanted to see the summary statistics of options flow for any specific ticker, specifically Apple, the command is tr flowsum Apple. It's nice. It shows calls versus puts, in the money, out of the money, buys versus sells, open interest, volume, and premiums. That's a lot of data right there to absorb, and it's really nice to be able to just get a really quick graphical reference of that data. Looking for unusual flow, right? Everybody's really interested in unusual flow for options. The thing with unusual flow is it's very ambiguous. There's some trading groups that I've been part of that can actually create unusual flow when you're buying, 10 or 20. Let's say you're in a group with 1,000 people and they all buy the same butterfly. That'll give some unusual options flow towards those strikes of that butterfly. So take it with a grain of salt. Look at the premiums, look at the strikes, see if it's reasonable, and see if you can dissect what the strategy was behind it. Okay. Top flow shows the top 10 bullish and bearish stocks for based on options flow. Today was a very busy day. Apple and top bullish, SPY top bearish options flow. Looking for the top algo flow for specifically Apple, right? This gives you an illustration of the algorithm score. Now, this is the one that you can get pretty specific with, right? You can say you want to look at it for just overall, right? This is the overall score. The algorithm is above price action. It's pulling price up towards that 171.50. You can look at back to, I believe, 6 days. I'm sorry, 5 days. It's got to be less than 6. So this is the top algorithm flow for Apple in the last 5 days. Let's see what it looks like for today. Right? It's a little different, right? You can definitely see there's some difference in that, right? And if we just do it for, let's see, 3 days, right? The last 3 days, algo flow for Apple, right? Pretty interesting to be able to see that. This is probably one of my favorite tools here, is being able to see what's called the flow heat map. It creates a heat map for the top strikes and expirations with premiums and statistics. So looking at that 170 strike, there's the expiration. So it looks like the most money flew into the 1223 170 strikes at $39.13 million. It really does help you follow the leader, right? Follow smart money. You want to be able to see what's going on. You don't want to jump into a bunch of strikes that there's no money involved in, or else there's no liquidity in the options, and it's really hard to get in and out, and that's where the market makers just take your lunch money. Okay, so looking at the open interest by strike, this is another way to look at what's called max pain. Maximum pain is where the open interest, or the open interest for the call and the put meet, and it looks as if though the max pain for Apple is currently at like the 150 strike, because there's the most buy and sell orders. So 150 Apple a max pain, right? Let's see. We did open interest. Let's check into implied volatility now. So this shows you the implied volatility and IV rank for the last 90 days for a stock, right? IV is purple, implied volatility is white. When you see low IV and low implied volatility, that means that you have the opportunity to get into a strike where you're not going to get IV crushed. So if you've got if you buy in at a high IV, right, that stock has to move exponentially to where it will move your options price. So looking for lower IV stocks or options is usually the best way to go. Now we're going to start getting into some of the dark pool commands. I know that dark pool is a big scary word and everybody's afraid of it. Essentially, a dark pool is a way for large corporations and multi-million dollar orders to get in and out of positions without it affecting price. I will do a dark pool video on how, if there weren't dark pools available, how it could affect price. I'll get to one of those this weekend. So just for now, don't be scared of dark pools, right? Nothing bad's going to happen to you. So we're going to start looking at dark pool levels for Apple. This shows the dark pool levels of the most recent data. Okay, so looking at this, we're seeing that the price level versus the cost. It looks as if though there's $6.51 billion spent on the 164.1 level of Apple. That seems like there's a lot of interest coming in. The 171.73, $1.93 billion have been spent towards dark pool levels for that data. Okay, looking at the dark pool itself for Apple, this lists the last several big dark pool trades. As you can see, there's one that came in today after the close, right, at 1553. So that's right before the close, 1553 at the ask, a block trade in the amount of 339 million. We also had some that came in an hour after the close, right? So we have some dark pool levels coming in, 161.18, massive amounts of dark pools at 161.18. If you add that all up, we've got, let's look at this, $1 billion worth of dark pool levels at 171.18. You think something's going to happen at that level? Believe it. Okay. Looking for the largest dark pool orders across all stocks is the TR largest EP. It shows you that SPY obviously had the most, Tesla second, and Apple third. Those are the amounts in millions, and then obviously the largest block trade orders across all stocks for the day, Apple and IWM, no surprise there. Okay, for those of you that are interested in looking at stocks from a research perspective, TradyTics also provides some commands to be able to do that. The TR all with the specific ticker gives you AI predictions for that specific stock. Looking at, this is one of my favorite tools, being able to find support resistance levels for the stock is TRSR, the stock, and then if you want to look at it for the day, here's my support and resistance levels for Apple for the day. You can change this up to look at it for the week and for the month, right? Come back. Support and resistance levels for Apple for the minute. I'm sorry, that was a minute. The week is W. Right, so you're able to really get a gauge of what you need to do, or what you can, what's happening with this stock, right, according to some algorithmic calculations. All right, so getting into more of the market level stuff, we can look at, so we can look at, it shows you the current biggest moving stocks in the market, whether you want to look at the small caps, right? You want to look at medium caps. You want to look at large caps, which is interesting that H is, I don't know why they use high for H, I guess. What happened here? Oh no. 1 second. So I had a bunch of copy and paste commands ready to go, but I think I messed those up. All right, here we go. 1 second with me. I apologize. I was gonna. Okay, so we did big movers. Okay, let's at. The last 30 days. All right. So TR projections allows us to show projections of the Monte Carlo style simulation. This is the simulation for Apple based on a 30-day projection. Pretty decent to see where they're estimating Apple to be. The high at, how to get app in there? It should be AAPL. Did I mess that up? Let me try this again. We don't want to see what app's doing. We want to see what Apple's doing. Let's try this. AAPL. There we go. Price projections, simulated projections for Apple, right? Highs at 174, lows at 166. Nice to be able to see what's going on with that. I know that there's been a lot of talk lately about insider trading, right? Ownership selling off shares. Elon Musk, for example. So let's see what the insider transactions for Tesla. TLS. Okay, looks like we've got some insider transactions for Tesla, right? Insider share selling. Seasonality is another really hot topic lately. Let's see what Apple does as far as seasonality is concerned. It shows the behavior of the stock. Obviously, you can tell that July is the highest. Apple does the most transactions in July. TR estimates shows you the future estimates of the stock. pretty nice to see what they're saying as far as revenue goes there. Looking at TR news, any latest news for a specific ticker shows here. This is all up to date and recent. Apple snaps up a movie about Throna's founder, right? Nice. All right. More information about stocks itself. List out the latest analyst upgrades and downgrades for a company, right? If you're interested in if there's any overnight upgrades or downgrades. This is probably one of my newest favorite ones, is this chatter feature. So we could see what the biggest, the latest, most discussed stocks across subreddits and Twitter. Apple obviously is on Twitter, Apple, Tesla. We can get into Wall Street Bets as well. It's another one. And then if you were ever to error it out, it would gives you some hints of what you need to use, right? If you're interested in penny stocks, right, you can look at the penny stock information here, right? If you're interested in SPACs, you can look at SPACs information here, right? If you're interested in theta, I believe the theta one's working. Possibly. I guess theta must not be working. Okay. Moving on to the last of the stock research commands, we've got this one that's called Scanny, which shows daily scanner signals for the stock. Right. This is a technical analysis tool, so it's showing that it's above the 20, 50, 100, and 200 moving averages. That means it's very bullish. Your moving averages are stacked. One of our rules. There's buys in the last 5 days. You have inside day on the weekly for you strat users. We have a monthly high, strong uptrend, and we just hit the new yearly high. So that's it for the stock research commands. Finally, we're going to get into some crypto stuff. We're able to see, crypto support resistant levels for a specific token or coin. I did it for Ethereum. Let's see if we can look at it for Bitcoin. Sorry, you have to put the time period as well. Looking at Bitcoin for the day. Let's look at Doge, shall we? And let's see if the SHIB token's there. Let's look at SHIB for the minute. Let's see what SHIB's doing. Look at that. SHIB's on a downtrend. That means buy. Okay. We're also able to list the scanning signals that are related to a ticker found by the TradyTics scanners. I want to look at the SHIB signals. Right. Signals for crypto, which is nice to know. Like, where else can you go to just find ticker signals, or excuse me, signals for any? I'm sorry, I was thinking about something else. Any crypto stock, right? We can do some price alert commands. So let's say I want to set an alert for Apple, right? Above 169.05. Oh, I did it right there. So an example would be TRPR alert above 1%. That'll alert us. How did I do that wrong? Let me research that one a little bit more. We'll get into it. Then obviously TRPR list, right? Shows if I've got any alerts created, no active price alerts. And then if I wanted to see if I did have a price alert, I would just go ahead and delete it with that command. Okay, that's it. Thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you were able to go through and look at this. And if you need to go back and watch it a couple times to understand the commands that you can use, these commands are all available with the Algo, with the TradyTics Algo query bot that's installed on Discord. If you do not have this on your Discord yet and you're interested, please let me know. I can get you a referral code and get you in touch. I believe with certain price plans, this is available to you. If you don't have a Discord and you're still interested in taking advantage of this, use our referral code with TradyTics to be able to access their Discord, and based on your membership level, you can access the query bot just like I did here. So that being said, thanks again for joining me. I'm Darkpool Algo. If you're interested in learning more about stocks, and if you're interested in a daily watch list, I stream every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go over the news, we look at the overall market, we check out what's going on with futures, we review any news-related tickers, as well as providing options, not options plays, but we provide option strikes that could give you the greatest opportunity of catching an expected move. I had to be very careful with that sentence. Also take requests for looking at the Smart Money, Darkpool, and Block Trade algorithm software. Just let me know in the comments section below if you enjoyed this video, and have a great day.